What is going on, beautiful people? It's Joe, the Nomad Investor, where dividends, freedom anywhere is the goal. As you guys can see, we're at 17 subscribers, which is awesome to see. And I'm currently filming the 9th video, but I have 8 videos live here on the channel. And if you're new here, if you could subscribe, that would be a huge thank you to me, especially if you like what I'm doing, what my goal is, which right now, this is a $0 to $1,000 a month goal for my portfolio. But without further ado, let's kind of get into the nitty gritty. First, we're going to go into this. The videos on this channel are for informational, entertainment, and educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor or professional, and nothing here should be taken as financial, investment, or tax advice. Investing always carries risk. Those seeking financial advice should seek out a registered professional. Okay? Without further ado, I want to quickly share for those of you who may be new here, the game plan for growing the small portfolio that I have here from $0 to $1,000 per month in dividend income. So here it is. First, I have 2 sources of income currently. That's 1, my remote work income, and 2, my business income. Now, my business income fluctuates, but my remote work income is pretty consistent for my client. So we have around $300 to around $1,000 per month that I'm going to be contributing minimum to this Robinhood taxable brokerage. And I'm treating this brokerage like a business, aiming for 30% high yield annually. Okay? Now, the way I'm going to aim for that is by investing into high yield income ETFs such as WPAY, HOOW, QDTE, XCTE, XPay, BTCI, and etc. Right? It really just depends. This is obviously just a template here. But my main focus is a maximum of 3 positions currently because my portfolio is still very small. And I'm going to be alternating between anchors and satellite ETFs. Now, the goal is after I get paid these dividends, I'm going to be reinvesting them weekly or monthly by using drip, or I'll stack the dividends to purchase when the market is down. So our portfolio's growth strategy is drip, which is always compounding. And then at the end of the day, we're going to basically be rinsing and repeating this until the account hits $1,000 a month in dividend income. And again, none of this is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And real quick, I just wanted to show you guys this. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but these are the dividend income milestones while I'm growing my small portfolio. So we're already pretty much on track to smash this $100 a month goal this week. If all goes according to plan, we shall see. But regardless, we'll hit it this month. And then we have all these smaller goals along the way until we reach that $1,000 a month. Okay. Now let's hop into the portfolio. So this is the current state of things. It is currently pre-market here on Tuesday, October 4th. We actually, saw a little bit of a small increase in the portfolio yesterday. Nothing significant. We're still going to see some more dips. As you can see, the count actually took quite a beating, and I think it will continue to do so. Now, today is the ex-dividend date for both WPAY and HOW, if I remember correctly. So that's also why we're going to probably be having a red day today for these 2 positions. If we look here, probably the rest of these positions we shall see. I'm not sure what days they exactly pay out on. But as you can see, QDTE, XCTE, MSTY, ALTI, they're all dipping today, and that's just kind of to be expected, unfortunately. With that being said, as you can see, there's been some changes. My buying power has went down a little bit. Now, I do still have $809 in cash, and this is currently my margin total. I have not touched my margin at all right now during these somewhat uncertain times. Now, once I have a little bit more confidence and faith in the market, which I do think it's going to come back up. But for right now, this is going to kind of be put on the sideline because I have already invested quite a lot more than I was planning to originally this early on in the month. But it's all good. It's all okay. And I think things are going to start moving the right direction. So I'll be able to deploy this when the time comes. But for now, I'm sitting on this dry powder because earnings are coming up. And I actually learned this from watching Pay Me in Dividends' recent video. But basically, as a result of earnings coming up, we're probably going to take a hit on WPAY and HOW in terms of price because some of these positions, some of these single stock ETFs that have an underlying stock in positions like Google, Microsoft, Tesla, et cetera, they're probably going to see somewhat of a dip because some of them probably didn't, perform as well as the shareholders would have liked. So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into WPAY so you guys can see some of the changes. So I really increased my position a lot. I'm at 40 shares in WPAY. I did bring my average cost down to $54.01, but as you can see, we are still down 3%, aka $67.45. Okay, but our market value is at $2,115 currently, so that's looking good. And I'll just show you guys this. I have price alerts set, and I basically was, just purchasing a few shares here and there. So I did 4 shares at $53.97, 3 shares at $53.62, 2 shares at $53.45. We're currently at $52.34 pre-market. So we still haven't gone into like the actual pre-market hours, but like the pre-market hours that you can get via Robinhood. That's kind of what things are looking like. Now, I do have price alerts. I mean, this is a great spot to buy, and I'll probably buy some more. But I do have price alerts that I've been setting up, and I highly recommend if you're wanting to buy something, that's something to keep in mind. Again, just to set some price alerts, pop up on my phone so I can see it and just immediately purchase if needed. What I could do as well is I could do a limit order, set the price that I want to buy in at, and then put the amount of shares that I want to purchase. But I'm just not going to do that right now. I think there's going to be some more dipping because of ex-dividend date, but I just want to keep an eye on things. But what's nice is we're currently at WPAY, 82.55% distribution rate. We are looking great here. And they did announce that they're going to be paying a dividend of 85 cents per share. This is awesome, guys. I'm really happy with this. I did not anticipate that this would be that this week's distributions would be higher than last week's. But I do think because of the current slight dip in the market from Trump on Friday and some of the little bit recovery on Monday, but still, basically negative. I do think that this will probably be less the following week, but we shall see. So far, this has been a great add to the portfolio. And yeah, let's hop into HOOW now. So HOOW, I'm currently at 70.93. Now, a slight change that I did make is I increased my shares to 13. So I did have 12.87, and I know I told you guys I wouldn't be increasing that, but the 12.87 kept bugging me. I wanted just like a flat, even number, so I purchased a small amount, maybe like $10 worth. Let's see right here, $10.59 worth at $75.65. So again, that's why my average cost went up a little bit. It went from 70.88, I believe, to 70.93, and that's why we're at 13 shares now. But technically, I bought a little too much. I did the math wrong, guys. So I'm a little bit above 13 shares, I guess, according to Robinhood. But, this one's taking a little bit of a hit, today. We're going at $72.24. Again, it is ex-dividend date, so that's probably why. And, yeah, we're looking good. It's $16.99, and then we are at 1.84% total return. And then real quick, I wanted to hop into the investing journal just to keep you guys updated. So I did this yesterday before the account got to this. So we are a little bit more down than when I logged this, but just for your guys' sake, this is the current state of things. I recorded a $991 position in HOW, got the 13 shares. As you can see, on Friday, we had 21.46 shares. Today, we have 40.41 shares in WPAY. So that's looking sweet. And again, we did bring that this amount down significantly. So we are looking good. And yeah, we increased our position to over $2,178. Now, I have $809 sitting. Again, I would love to buy more WPAY, but I'm also looking for another position potentially. So that's kind of why I'm just like preserving this. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, these are the dividends so far. And again, that hasn't changed much. But this week we will be getting paid. So I think for WPAY, that will be on, I think tomorrow, I think Wednesday. Yeah, it's going to be on Wednesday. So should be looking forward to that. And today's the X date. So I did purchase the 40 before the X date. So I think my 40 shares will be, I think I'll get paid for that in total. So let's see, 40 shares times, I guess I have 40.41. Okay, 40.41. So if we go back, 40.41 times that by 0.85, we got about $34.34 if they pay us for the 40 shares. If not, I think the last amount that I had was 21.87. I could be wrong. Let me take a look. At 21.46. Excuse me. So at 21.46 times that by 0.85. So if not, we'll still get $18.24. So it's not the end of the world. But of course, if we can get that bigger portion, that would be sweet. And then for HOW, I can't remember when they pay actually. So let's see, HOW. Distribution rates looking phenomenal, 146.82%. We love to see it. And then, yeah, we're getting paid that $2.18 mark, and they're paying tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, so today's the ex-dividend date for that as well. And yeah, payments tomorrow. So let's just see. What do we have? We have 13. Oops. We have 13 shares times $2.18. So yeah, we're expecting around $28.34. So if we add that plus the 40.41 times, what's that number? 85. Oops, 0.85. I believe that's what we're going to get this month or this week, $62.68 if I did all that correctly. So that's looking pretty good. So yeah, guys, this is the current this is like what it last logged. Of course, these share prices are off according to the pre-market, but you know, things are going okay, nothing too crazy. I think we're actually in the negative now for the account as a whole, because if we look here for the 1 month, you know, we should be at a we're down 0.10. And I think for the 3 months, we're slightly up, only $19. Which is crazy to think about. I don't know how we're still up here, just barely making it, guys. But yeah, this is the current state of affairs. These are the current state of things. So really interested to see how this all plays out. And I wanted to hop in real quick in Snowball Analytics. So I already mentioned the dividends amount that we're expected to make. So I think with the $63 that I anticipate we'll make plus the 43, so we do $62 times, let's say the 40, or not times, 62 plus 43. So yeah, we're about $105 if we get that $62 paid out to us tomorrow. We shall see. I'll do a video update. Probably be some like big celebration, or not really big, but somewhat big. But one thing that's real cool is I'm not paying for Snowball Analytics currently, but I recently found out you can do this My Goal thing. And this is kind of cool to see because basically I set it to achieve $1,000 a month in dividend income. I set the time limit to be 1 year, and I put in the amount of money that I'm contributing every single month minimum towards this on average so far. And it's really cool because we're about a quarter of the way according to Snowball Analytics. So that's really sweet to see in terms of the income. And yeah, I don't really know what these charts are showing exactly. So I don't even know if this is even realistic or whatever, but whatever. And then now I really quickly wanted to talk about some positions that I'm interested in looking into. So I'm currently looking at NVIDIA, Round Hill's NVIDIA weekly pay ETF, the NVDW. And I'm also looking at Round Hill's AMD weekly pay ETF, AMDW. So I think both of these I'm pretty bullish on. I would say NVIDIA to me has more of that flare and glare. As you can see, we do have up and to the right consistently. And if we look at AMD for 1 month, we have basically that sideways chop. And then with that news with the OpenAI deal, I believe this is what pushed it up before, obviously October 10th and Trump's news caused it to dip down a bit. But these are some good buying opportunities, I think. But yeah, these are two that I'm looking at mostly, even though they're leveraged, ETFs. I'm looking at it mostly because of the income play, but also because I believe in these positions long term, kind of like Robinhood. So that's something I'm considering, but I'm open to other suggestions as well. With that being said, that's all I've got, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Make sure to throw down a comment below. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you are new here and haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to increase the amount of people who are watching the journey, who are joining in. And yeah, with that being said, until next time, guys, peace.